I'm delighted to be here today to introduce Dr. Suzan Johnson Cook for the position of Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. Chairwoman Boxer, Ranking Member DeMint, I really appreciate you holding this hearing. It makes an enormous difference, and I'm very grateful to be here. Not only has Dr. Cook distinguished herself as a New Yorker, she clearly has the experience and qualities needed to be a successful ambassador at large. And Senator DeMint, you've asked for passion, concern, and boldness. I can assure you Dr. Cook has so much of each of those qualities. She will not only astound you, she will very much fit the bill. She's a religious leader of high character and accomplishment, having served as the first woman senior pastor at the American Baptist Churches USA and the first female chaplain of the New York City Fire Department. Beyond her pastoral experience, she has been a leader in bridging faith and public service. She served with distinction in the Clinton White House and as a faith liaison at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. She's also experienced working at the international level, having led delegations to critical countries such as South Africa, Israel, Jordan, and Egypt. Additionally, she is the immediate past president of the Hampton University Ministers Conference and founder of the Women Wisdom Worldwide, the first global center for women religious leaders. As you know, religious minorities have recently suffered from recent attacks in a number of countries, including Indonesia, Pakistan, and Egypt. It is urgent that we promptly confirm an ambassador at large for international religious freedom. It's vital that the United States has the leadership in place to work with the international community to protect the rights of religious minorities and advance the cause of religious freedom and tolerance across the globe. I believe Dr. Cook will represent our country with great honor and distinction. And with great enthusiasm, I support this nomination as Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. And Dr. Cook, when you do give your testimony, please introduce your family.
Thank you, Senator. Dr. Cook.
Madam Chair, Senator Gillibrand, members of the committee, thank you so much for the opportunity to appear before you today. I am truly grateful for your consideration of my nomination by President Obama as United States Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. I'm deeply honored by the trust that President Obama and Secretary Clinton have placed in me by nominating me to serve our nation in advancing the right for religious freedom. I would like to thank my family and extended family who are here with me today. This whole section here represents my family and extended family and 2 sons who have returned to school for pre-med and for law. I would like to thank them for your sacrifice, for your love, and for your endurance, and most of all, your presence today. As President Obama so eloquently stated in his historic speech in Cairo in 2009, people in every country should be free to choose and live their faith based upon the persuasion of the mind and the heart and the soul. Religious freedom is the birthright of all people everywhere. It is a foundation of civil society, it is a key to international security, and it must always be a pillar of U.S. foreign policy. The dramatic events in the Middle East and North Africa remind us that the desire for freedom within the human spirit, that inherent desire of all people to live according to their beliefs without government interference and with government protection, should be had. Secretary Clinton has also made clear that we need to do much more to stand up for the rights of religious minorities. She also said we must speak out more and hold governments accountable. If confirmed, this will be my core mission. In my travels, I have found that my experience as an African-American woman and faith leader has enabled me to identify with other minority communities, both religious and ethnic. African Americans, as you know, did not enjoy full religious freedom in this land for centuries, and religion was used by many to justify slavery and segregation. So I am particularly committed to this issue in the United States for people of all faiths around the world. Immediately following and since the attacks of 9/11, where I served on the front line as a chaplain for the New York City Police Department, I've been called upon to aid many citizens from many faiths and diverse national backgrounds. We were tragically reminded just weeks ago that the universal value of religious freedom is not embraced by all. The assassination of Shahbaz Bhatti, Pakistan's Minister for Minority Affairs, and a courageous champion for religious freedom, is a painful reminder that our challenge is not easy. It requires an unwavering commitment to support those around the world who are risking their lives to stand up for religious freedom. If confirmed, I will carry out the full congressional mandate as established in the Earth Act, including serving as the principal advisor to the President and the Secretary of State on religious freedom. I will bring bold and passionate leadership to advance and defend religious freedom abroad. I will ensure the integrity of the annual International Religious Freedom Report to Congress and draw on these reports while engaging governments and societies towards safeguarding the right of individuals to believe or not to believe. If confirmed, I will press for the timely and appropriate designation of countries of particular concern and presidential actions, a critical tool to motivate the progress on religious freedom. And I will seek to expand training projects that address systemic issues, including blasphemy, apostasy, and the right to change one's religion. The life and professional background I offered this position is unique. My international experiences have particularly shaped my perspectives. I've brought people of different faiths together to achieve common objectives, including religious freedom and respect for people of all faiths and beliefs. I've traveled to 5 continents to engage Muslims, Catholics, Orthodox Christians, Protestants, Jews, and those of other spiritual traditions. I have led interfaith delegations to Israel, Jordan, and Egypt in the Caribbean. And I've worked with World Vision in Rouge Le Can, Switzerland, in its efforts to combat global poverty. In Zimbabwe, South Africa, I met with Zulu faith leaders to promote religious freedom and tolerance. And I've worked and lived with Operation Crossroads Africa, having participated in a cross-cultural exchange group with spiritual groups in Ghana, Liberia, and Nigeria. Now, if confirmed, I will also engage grassroots faith-based communities, which have enormous impact on cultivating a climate more receptive to religious freedom in difficult places. As a religious leader myself, I would bring this perspective to encourage diverse religious communities to jointly defend and advance religious freedom and foster a climate of mutual respect. America has learned much from our experience with religious diversity. We must share our lessons, stand with the persecuted, and encourage all governments to respect and protect the universal rights of all people. As President Obama said on Religious Freedom Day on January 14th, the United States stands with those who advocate for free religious expression and works to protect the rights of all people to follow their conscience, free from persecution and discrimination. If confirmed, I will seek to work with all religious groups, as well as human rights organizations, think tanks, universities, media partners, foreign governments, Congress, and of course, the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, or USCIRF. I will work with colleagues across our government to ensure that together we advance religious freedom. The mission is too important to be left to one official or one office in the U.S. government. If confirmed, I especially look forward to working closely with you, Congress, in advancing this agenda together on behalf of the American people, our national interests, and the values that we all hold dear. I thank you for considering my nomination. I thank you for this opportunity for a hearing, and I look forward to answering any questions you may have. Thank you, and thank you for your introduction.
Thank you.